Hey, we're live SNL on a Wednesday. I'm Lane.
I'm Scott. We are Wednesday pre-Super Bowl, and that's the topic of today's show. It's going to be fun, factual, and probably illuminating to see how little Scott knows about football.
Are you ready for some football? Here, we're
Let's
gonna
go.
kick off. I love this segment every single year. It's funny Super Bowl prop bets. So random things that you can bet on during the Super Bowl that are kind of out there that don't really have anything to do with the game itself. But for those of you that are in the know, Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe in Tampa Bay as well this Sunday. But let's start off with some funny prop bets. Question number one. So the Weeknd is going to be performing this year's halftime show, Scott. How many songs will the Weeknd play during the Super Bowl halftime show? Over 8 or under 8? That's the bet. So,
well, I'm gonna say underrated. And today's show is going to be really fun because I have an admission to make here. I've never seen an entire Super Bowl game all the way through, and Lane and I were talking ahead before the show, and I don't know if I've even ever been to a Super Bowl party. So this is going to showcase my ignorance on the sport and Lane's expertise, but I'm going to say less than.
So in your years of life, you've never seen you've never seen a full game all the way through. That's interesting.
I don't think I have. All I know about Super Bowl Sunday is it's usually the slowest open house day of the year. Not that I'm a workaholic, but I learned about 5 years ago that it's a good Sunday to not work in our business, which is very rare.
Okay. Well, I have you down for under 8, and
Yes.
the favorite actually is over 8.
Oops.
So the favorite is over 8. So the Weeknd. Not to say that you're going to be wrong. It means
I've lost already, and we've only had one question.
It's not to say that you're going to be wrong, because if you placed that bet and you were right, you would make more money. So the Weeknd wardrobe changes during halftime show. Is he going to change more than once or under one time? So under one time being 0 wardrobe changes throughout.
Right. I think there's got to be one wardrobe change. I mean,
okay, yeah. So then you'd be in the favorite. I'm putting you down. I'm marking all these because I'm going to see how well you do, and we'll maybe tune in next week to see how well you do here. But Ariana Grande, another singer, will we see her on stage during the halftime show? Yes or no?
Well, she's a pop culture icon. I can't imagine they're not going to get away without her at least making some sort of appearance.
We'll see. No is the favorite. So you said yes.
Oh my gosh!
But no is the favorite.
See, I am showing my Super Bowl ineptitude already here, unfortunately.
Here's an interesting one. Sticking with the halftime show in the Weeknd, will the name Donald Trump be mentioned by the Weeknd at some point during the halftime show?
I'd like to say no, and let's just keep it to sports.
No is the heavy favorite, so I think you might be right there. Will a football be used as a prop during the halftime show? Sometimes they use like sparkly footballs. Sometimes they, use small ones. Will a football be seen as a prop during the halftime show?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, that's a good one. You're part of the favorite there.
I'm gaining momentum. Let's go.
Will the Weeknd mention Joe Biden? Maybe the heavy favorites no there.
I'm going to say no as well because I want to keep it consistent, to keep it apolitical.
Okay, there you go. Will there be a halftime show wardrobe malfunction? Is there going to be another Janet Jackson moment in the halftime show? Will there be a wardrobe malfunction?
Lane, were you even born when Janet Jackson had her wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah, I watched it live.
From your crib?
Yeah, from the crib.
Yeah.
From the crib.
At least you know who Janet Jackson is. I think there will be no wardrobe malfunction. I think technology will prevail and everyone will stay buttoned and buckled and strapped.
That is the heavy favorite. That is the heavy. How many times will Bill Belichick be mentioned? Now, Bill Belichick is the manager of the New England Patriots, where Tom Brady used to play. Now that Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they had a dynamic relationship between coach and QB. So will the name Bill Belichick be mentioned? And if so, how many times? Over 1 or under 1?
I'm going to say over 1. I got to thank you, Lane, for that intro, because that really illuminated things for me. Because had you said that name, you knew. Had you not given me that little bit of background, I would have had no idea who that was.
Yeah, I think you're going to be right on that, and that was the favorite as well. Now, Giselle, Tom Brady's wife, supermodel, will she be shown? In past Super Bowls, she has been shown over 1.5 times or under 1.5 times.
I think she's going to be shown well over 1.5 times.
Over 1.5. Okay, I believe you're right too, and that is the favorite there. How many times? Let's see. That we already did that one. The color of the liquid of the Gatorade. So at the end of the game, they always drench the coach with Gatorade, and there's always a different color that comes out. Is it orange? Is it yellow? So here I'll start with the favorites here. Let's see. It looks like the favorites are orange and red, then the lime green, yellow. Then it goes to the clear or water, then blue, and then purple. So orange and red being the favorite colors to come out.
So the colors have nothing to do with the colors of the teams.
No, they're different flavors of Gatorade.
Okay, different flavors of the Gatorade. Well, orange and yellow are sunny and bright and all that stuff. And I'm going to say blue this year. I'm going to say blue.
Only a couple more, and these are interesting. So what will be mentioned first? Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl or Tom Brady's age?
Wow. That's statistical. Oh my goodness. I think Tom Brady's age or his number of Super Bowls. I think I'm going to say age because they're going to say at X age, can you believe he's accomplished this and this and this? So that's
okay. The favorite's Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl.
I'm off there. Okay.
That doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean
you're wrong.
No,
but the 10th is a milestone, and that's a number that kind of makes sense. So, and I'm going to just segue. I know our shows are always about real estate and value we can add to real estate, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, this is generally the slowest real estate day of the year. We've sold more houses on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve than we have on Super Bowl Sunday. So we thought we would kind of go off the grid, so to speak, and just talk about this fun topic today.
Hey, these are fun. I'm happy that we're doing it. Last one, will a fan run on the field during the game? Yes or no?
I would have to say no. Security's got to be pretty darn tight.
I'm sure they're pretty tight. Those tickets are pretty expensive. You do not want to be hauled off in the middle of that game. No. And the favorite of that is no. So I think you're right on. And I don't think, they're allowed to even fill the stadium. So it's not like there's going to be that many fans there. But
hey, on another note, I read something. What is the average price of a Super Bowl ticket?
Oh man, I don't know what it would be this year. I mean, I think it would be half of the stadium would be full this year. So
yeah,
average cost or the cheapest cost, but I'm assuming the cheapest cost probably like $2,000, $2,500 maybe. Average, God, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but average could be like $4 or $5 grand.
It'd be interesting to know if any of our viewers or people that will be seeing our show have ever been live to a Super Bowl, because what an experience that would be. And again, I don't want to downplay the fact that I happen to not be a football fan. Of course, I know it's the American pastime and so forth and so on, but it's just amazing event every year, and it's got to be a life dream for a lot of people and a cherished memory for those that have actually got to attend it.
And if anybody's watching who's from California and hasn't been able to go to a Super Bowl game, they're coming to LA, and they're coming to LA in the next couple of years, I believe. So you're going to have that opportunity, and I would imagine it's going to be LA prices. So I would assume, and it's a brand new stadium, that it's going to be very, very expensive to attend that game. But switching gears, so a lot of us aren't able to have those old Super Bowl parties like we used to, or it sounds like you've never been to a Super Bowl party. But for those of us that have, when we love our Super Bowl parties that are full of fun, people and fun and food and all that, we have some ideas of maybe how to have a lot of fun at home, smaller with family. During Super Bowl. And I know you really liked one of the ideas that we read, right? And we're going to post a link to, I believe there's 25 different things that you can do at home. So you want to talk about what your favorite was off that list?
I sure will. And I just want to point out, that's one of the benefits of the show today. We've taken some time to curate these links, and I looked at all of them. They all sound super fun. So we hope that people will take advantage of those and save some time and have some things to do. So I was super excited about the commercial bingo. And at first, I have to admit, when we were looking at our notes prior to the show, I said, why are we bringing commercial real estate into a show about the Super Bowl? But then I realized, of course, it was the commercials. And being a lover of media and marketing and everything, I will say that I am always aware of the commercials on the show. I know they become instant hits or instant flops, and they're on the news, and they're banter and fodder for comedians and so forth. So, and I know millions and millions are spent, and they talk about how much they cost per 30-second slot. So I love the idea of the commercial bingo. And Blaine, why don't you elaborate a little bit about that? What looks like, I saw one of the little cards. I don't know if we have that to show or not, but it sounds like
I might have it up. I might have it up here if you give me some time to do it.
Yeah, anyway.
Like in going through this list, so when I get to commercial bingo, we'll play it, or I'll read it off. But you have different things like The Super Bowl prop bet pool that we just talked about, Super Bowl prop bets you can do from home. They have the Super Bowl squares you can get with friends, social distancing wise, do through Venmo and do buy your squares. Super Bowl trivia, you can do a trivia contest about football knowledge. Super Bowl cook-off, you can have your own little like cook-off in the backyard. Football charades. My brother loves doing charades during the holidays, so you can pick different things to do with family as far as Super Bowl charades.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Super Bowl hot football. It's the basic game of hot potato, but you use a football instead of a potato or whatever, or ball or whatever you'd be using there. Super Bowl bingo for kids. Download free printable Super Bowl bingo cards that require the kids to look for objects during the game and commercials.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that could be a part of the bingo. So you're gonna have, and there's websites that have free bingo cards where maybe it'll say how many, like when you see a Doritos commercial, mark it off. If their kids are running around screaming with a football, mark it off. Different things could be in those squares, and you can download those for free on some of the websites. They have football coloring pages. So if you just Google football coloring pages or adult coloring pages, you can print those off on a standard printer, grab some colored pencils and fill those in. They have different Super Bowl mazes, scavenger hunts, football candy dice. So download this free game. It just requires a dice and some candy to get started. Kids will be clamoring to play so they can earn a special treat. And then quarter football. Who can get a quarter or other small object from one end zone to another first? It's a light tag football game. Doesn't use a ball, so it can be played inside or outside. So those are just some of the things that they obviously, if you follow the link and read about it a little bit more, it digs a little deeper on where you can go to get some of those bingo cards or learn more about those games.
I love that. I love several of those ideas, and I really like the ideas for the kids, because although kids may not be as engaged in the sport itself, everybody loves a party, and when kids can be part of the party and feel like they're entertained, the adults are going to have a lot better time too. So that is a takeaway for me. And I, believe it or not, I am going to be with a event this weekend with a very close circle of close family. So I will be attending a Super Bowl party.
Hey, is this going to be your first ever Super Bowl party?
Well, you know what? I can't remember being to one. That's probably a better way to put it, because being a very social person, I'm sure I have been invited, and I've gone into the room to check out the commercials or whatnot. But I just don't have a strong recollection of it. But we are having a small get together this weekend, and I'm super excited actually to bring a couple of these games for our little ones, because we've got I think half a dozen kids under the age of 12, so it's gonna be fun.
I think I'm absolutely going to play the commercial bingo. I definitely am going to find one of those. It's just going to be Kirsty and I this year, so it's going to be very small. I'm going to make sure that we do a little outdoor barbecue and cook some steaks. I also participate in some of the squares, so I'm buying a couple squares. There's a lot of companies and offices have their own, like our office has their own little square pool as well. So I'm going to be doing that. And then just for entertaining, I'm going to fill out this prop bet card that we went over. I'm going to see how well I did. I don't think I'm going to put any money on it, obviously, but I'm interested in see how well I do. I mean, there's different ones too. I believe when you sing whoever's singing the national anthem, I think it might be Eric Church or something like that this year. Does it go longer or shorter than a certain amount of time? Like, let's say a minute and 30 seconds. Is it going to go longer than that or shorter than that? Some like to milk it, and really sing those notes and extend as long as you can. And some just like to get right through it. No BS on far. So who knows what Eric Church or I think he might be one of the ones doing the national anthem, but yeah, so that's it. I mean, hopefully everybody has a nice, safe Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you found value in maybe some games that you can probably do during your Super Bowl party, and then also your prop bets. Who wants to take me on? I want to hear what you guys think. As
really
far
heard everyone says,
bets. How many songs is the Weeknd going to play? How about how many wardrobes will he have? Is Ariana Grande going to show up? Will the Weeknd mention any of the political Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Will the football be used as a prop? Will there be a wardrobe malfunction? All sorts of things are pretty fun. So I want to hear what you guys have to say too. But
so Lane, is it easy to download one of these bingo cards? And I noticed from the example we had earlier, they were just kind of you can make up your own.
I guarantee if you Google funny Super Bowl prop bets 2021, you'll see it. Prop links, very easy. There's a couple different websites that have them. There's a couple different ones that have different things. Figure out which one works best for you. I have a couple of them right here. I think one through Bet Now.
Okay.
And then I have another one here that I found on a different site. So I have two different ones. They both have
Perfect.
similar but different, and it's an easy way to find and so
So
much fun.
the idea is you're just going to Google the prop bets and you're going to get a list of them because the topics are kind of endless and the nuances that they have. And then everyone gets to, as long as everyone's playing by the same set of rules, it creates a fun little competition.
Exactly.
I love that. And then the same thing for the commercial bingo. You can download, I would imagine you could Google that and find those two for folks that want to do that, correct?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Super Bowl commercial bingo is very easy. And they have multiple sites again that have different squares. So figure out which bingo card works for you. Or you might need, if there's multiple people playing, different variations of different bingo cards. Because if all the bingo cards were the exact same, then everybody's going to win at the same time.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So maybe there's some different ones out there that you guys can play and see who gets
Sure there
bingo
are.
first.
Yeah,
But yeah, for fun, I mean, Scott, I put S's down next to every one of yours. So
okay.
I'm gonna play along too, and I'll see who does better.
I love it. Hey, I've got a question, Lane, because again, I know we do like stats. I know this year that I hope I'm not stepping on toes here and making a mistake, but isn't the stadium where the Super Bowl is played, that's the home field for the Buccaneers?
Yes.
And isn't that quite unusual that unlike the World Series, that the Super Bowl is actually played on one of the team's home fields?
It is quite unusual. Yeah, you're right on. It's quite unusual for a quarterback in his 40s to make it to the Super Bowl. It's quite unusual for a Super Bowl, like for the team to be playing in their home stadium during the Super Bowl. As you mentioned, there's a lot of unusual stuff surrounded by the Super Bowl. And I'm curious to see how the outcome is. I mean, you have a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs who's very young, MVP candidate, against somebody who is a little bit more seasoned. So you have the fresh young buck versus the seasoned vet, and see who's going to win.
I love it. And you know what, Lane, we just had posted on our chat here, this is actually the first time ever that a team is playing in their own stadium for the Super Bowl. So it's a milestone.
There you go. So not only is it unusual, it's the first time it's ever happened.
And is Tom Brady the oldest quarterback at this point to ever play in a Super Bowl?
I believe so. He has to be. He has to be. I believe so. And I don't think he wants to finish. I mean, maybe if he wins, sometimes, like I think, when Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl, he retired on top. But so if Tom Brady happens to win this year's Super Bowl, is he going to retire? I don't know. I think his goal is to play at least another 2-3 more years until his body says no. But he's doing everything he can from a health and mental standpoint to be in a position to play well into his 40s.
Well, you know what? Football aside, I have to tell you, being considerably older than you are, Lane, and as everyone, a lot of our clients know, I love my sport of figure roller skating. Sometimes I feel like I'm the oldest figure roller skater out there. But seeing people like Tom Brady getting out there, doing what they love, creating passion for themselves, but also doing everything they can to keep their body in top form, that to me is just the most inspiring thing ever.
Well, it's a lot of hard work, because what our fan base sees of you is they see you skating and they see you doing really well and enjoying something. Behind the scenes, what they might not be seeing are how many rehab appointments or injuries or I don't know, like chiropractor appointments or whatever, physical therapists, like how many appointments do you have to go to make sure, and what you have to do to your body and your mind to be able to continue to do that sport.
Yeah, thank you, Lane. No, and I don't want to segue off of me because it is about the Super Bowl. It's also, though, it is just great to know, and it's true, no matter what you choose to do, you figure out what you need to do to make that passion work for you so that you get up every day and can be the best that you can be. And absolutely, Lane's right. As we get older, I mean, I do spend, 20 minutes every morning on stretches and 20 minutes in the afternoon doing, inversion exercises and whatnot. But I get out there, and each morning I wake up feeling better than I did the day before, and that's what it's all about.
That's what absolutely.
I love it. And back to the Super Bowl, I didn't know who I was rooting for, but I'm actually going to cheer for the oldest quarterback.
Oh, there you go. So you're going to go for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm going for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for only lack of that reason that we just segued away from, I don't want to bore our viewers here, but segued away from, because I have a just huge amount of respect, not only for the talent and the amazing skill, but someone that has the passion to just keep pushing themselves because they love it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been to the Super Bowl, I think Tom Brady's been to the playoffs, I believe, every year except for 1 year. And the 1 year he didn't go to the playoffs was because he was injured early in the season. Wow. So that's how incredible. Like he is so focused at winning. He knows how to get there. And a lot of it is mental. Like if you hear him speak, if you see his attitude on the sidelines about winning, it is win at all costs. And so you have to have that mentality to be able to do that. Similar to what, I don't know if anybody saw the, I think it's like The Last Dance or whatever it was with the Michael Jordan show on ESPN and Netflix. I mean, Michael Jordan would do anything at all costs to win. And that's what it takes to be at that elite level.
It's awesome. It's commitment. And that's again, a great example that can be taken anywhere for anybody doing anything. It's that level of commitment to just, win no matter what, put the focus on that and the primary focus at all times.
Yeah. Well, we spent 20 minutes talking about the Super Bowl, so that's enough time. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you found value in learning about some of the funny prop bets that are out there, or some of the ideas that you can do at home for the Super Bowl, some games, fun activities. I'm going to be participating myself in the Super Bowl prop bets. I have Scott's down here. We're going to see how we do. Love to know what you think about some of these. These are kind of fun. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back next week for another SnL show.
Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.